Let's start with this Thursday night game. I love a Thursday night game because it makes game week feel shorter, right? Because you're waiting for
Yeah.
Saturday, but you get that appetizer Thursday. And you're going to have a great environment up there in Raleigh. NC State hosts hated rival East Carolina. Not sure. Maybe you'd flip it the other way. East Carolina goes to hated rival NC State. NC State's an 11.5-point favorite. This is 7 p.m. ACC Network. Mac, you guys will be there. I'm
We will
guessing?
not be there.
Someone? No?
No,
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Maybe someone. I'm not going to be there. I'll be in Clemson and cannot wait. But
I ain't
anyway,
gonna be there.
I ain't gonna be there. Magic Johnson. That's for somebody else. But typically, you are right. Typically,
Okay.
we are there and
There
we do
will
a
be
whole road
coverage.
show.
There will be full coverage
There will be
because the game's on ACCN, studio coverage, all that good stuff. We know East Carolina won the Military Bowl 26-21. The most concerning thing about that, Mac, is that East Carolina rushed for 326 yards on NC State in that game. They returned their quarterback, who is very mobile. They also went, the other stat I found in that game, besides the brawl, ECU went 12 for 16 on third down in that game. It's hard to extrapolate so much from a bowl game because I get it, bowl games are different now. But that's a bit concerning. So, I mean, number one, you've got to slow down the run if you're NC State. You've got to slow down this mobile quarterback. And then we need to see this offense look really productive with CJ Bailey and all these different skill guys.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. And what an unbelievable opportunity for NC State. I mean, you get to play these guys after just losing to them in a very embarrassing fashion, and the scuffle that happened. Whoever started it, you were in it. You were a part of it.
Mac, I started it. I'm going to confess.
Yeah, I think it was you. I think it was you. So all that being said, you get to see them game one at at your house there, and you get to crank it up and really get going. So I'm really excited for them. And I think like I said, there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of passion in this rivalry. I don't know if State fans want to call it that, but it is what it is. We see you, we hear you, State fans, but come on, let's nobody likes this game. And I think you need to handle business accordingly. And, as you just kind of mentioned there, CJ Bailey and the boys, I think CJ Bailey's going to take a really big step this year. I mean, just seeing him, quick release, he's grown. It looks like the dude's like 6'8".
He has.
He's a huge dude. And I think he's ready to take another step. Super decisive. Like, he knows where to get the ball, gets it out, makes really good decisions. And so kind of with that, his growth, I also need to see those receivers grow up too. Like, I need Noah Rodgers to have a big year. I need Terrell Anderson to have a big year. Wesley Grimes to be the guy that I think he can be, and to take those steps forward, and others, of course, behind them, because they can help him. And then, oh, by the way, you've got Justin Jolie, who I think is one of the best tight ends in the entire country. You got a loaded attack there. Kurt Roper, the offensive coordinator now, he was his quarterback coach a year ago. There's that comfortability, familiarity, all these different things. They know what each other like, and they know how to capitalize on it. But I think the one thing, like, all that I think is going to happen, and I'm not concerned about, like, I'm pretty sure we're going to see that. The one thing though, KG, and I feel like it's 2025. I've been saying this for like 5 years, maybe more.
I have a hunch.
Can they run the freaking ball? Please. Run the football. Need the offensive line to displace the lines of scrimmage. Need them to get push. Do not allow tackles for loss. I need Hollywood to be Hollywood, do his thing, which he was great, last year. But now let's be great for the full year. And you've got some other, really nice pieces there too. Jaden Scott, I know a lot of people are excited about. Young true freshman, some people are really excited about. So there are absolute pieces where this offense should be electric, KG. And I think that they're going to get there.
Mac, I agree. I mean, Hollywood Smothers rushed for 140 in the bowl game last year on ECU. Like, that wasn't really the problem. The defense is more of a problem, and they've gotten healthier at linebacker and in the secondary, brought in some guys. So that's a good sign. But you're right, Mac. Like, this offense, we need to see it, and we need to see you be able to run the ball, especially on a team like East Carolina. We cannot have, and I know there were other factors. You were breaking in a brand new quarterback and different things last year. We cannot have a Western situation. Now, you still won the game, but it was very, very uncomfortable. ECU is obviously a lot better program than Western. I get that, but you need to win the game. I feel like you also need the other games that we're going to talk about today, because obviously a few ACC teams are big underdogs, like, just win, right? This one is more, you need to win, and you need to show us that that bowl game was a fluke in a lot of ways.
Well, you need to dominate. I mean, at the end of the day, and listen, I get it that winning is hard. Winning is very difficult. And if you win by 1 or you win by 30, it still says W and you're 1-0. But you need to exert some dominance. You need to show that you can be that program. You need to show that you have taken a step and give some real confidence, just to the fan base, to your team, to each other, to yourself, to the coaches, all these things that you can really step up. And I'm with you. It needs to happen, but respect every opponent. I get that. They just lost to them. Kind of weird to talk about that, but you need to handle business, NC State, and do your thing. And you mentioned the defense. I think it should be better, right? Like guys healthy. Yeah. We see a guy like Caden Fordham step up, who's wearing number 1, by the way, the Alpha Wolf. That's a big deal. If anybody's wearing number 1 for this, NC State defense, it's a big deal when you get to wear that. And so to see him be fully healthy for a year, knock on wood, is going to be fun to see. Some of these, guys on the interior, and just what does this defense look like? You've got a new system, a new DC, and who are you going to be? And so I'm excited to see that, KG, and think again. I'm excited about this NC State team. I think they've got a chance. For whatever reason, I always am, but I think they've got a shot.
No, I hear you, Mac. Okay, let me give you the good news and the bad news, okay? And we're going to give our pick on this game against the spread. This is from our wonderful intern, Nick, who's back for a second year, so shout out intern Nick. NC State is 11-1 straight up in their last 12 home openers under Dave Doran. All right, great news. We love to hear that. However, NC State last year went 1-4-1 against the spread as a home favorite. So they didn't really dominate, to your point,
right,
as a home favorite. I think ECU plus 11.5, just because it's going to feel uncomfortable. I think you're going to have some nerves. I think you're going to have some, oh God, we just lost to these guys, ECU fans. I think there's going to be some fans there. There's a bad blood, Mac. I like the Pirates to cover. I like NC State to win. Please. But I like the Pirates to cover. So I like ECU plus 11.5.
KG off the tippy top rope.
Sorry, I hope people are still listening, but
the season.
That's the reality. ECU returns a lot. They return that quarterback. They've got the confidence from last year's game. They're going to be so fired up. And this is a game too. Like NC State, don't get down early. You need your fan. You need Carter Finley to stay engaged in this game.
Hold on. I'm trying
to find your red Solo cup. I know.
There it is. You see this, KG? This is the Kool-Aid. And I am sipping this thing, and I'm all in on the Wolfpack. Dang it. We're not playing around with ECU.
Okay.
12,
right.
11.5, 13, 30 is the number I need. I need you to beat these boys down. CJ Bailey, Caden Fordham, okay? Dave Doran, let's go. I'm not playing around with this. I think they dominate. I think Coach Thunder got these boys right. I think that there was a little bit of who are we as a team early in the summer, and they shut it down. They figured it out, and they got going. And I think because of CJ Bailey and the boys, we get this thing rolling. And I'm confident in that. I feel good about it.